Alright, this is Ubaid on behalf of V-Electronics, and in this video we're going to be talking about the LM and IS curve. Okay, so when it comes to your IS curve looks like your demand curve, a downward sloping curve. And IS has to do with investment and savings. On the other side, your LM curve, okay, this has to do with your bonds as well as equilibrium points in the market for money. Okay, it has to do with money demand. Now, when it comes to your IS curve, investment and savings, as interest rates go down, okay, people tend to spend more, which means that your GDP, suppose this is your GDP over here, and suppose this is your interest rates, okay, your GDP will grow as interest rates shrink. Okay, which basically means that your interest rates are directly proportional to your GDP, which is your horizontal axis. Okay, and because your interest rates are inversely proportional to GDP, they sort of behave like a demand curve. Okay, as the price goes down, demand goes up. In this case, as the interest rates go down, okay, your GDP grows. All right. However, okay, on the other side, you have your LM curve, which is sort of like your supply curve. Okay, for an LM curve, what's going to end up happening is, okay, your GDP will grow, okay, as the interest rates grow. Okay, and the reason why we talk about GDP over here is because people will buy more bonds, okay, when it comes to your LM curve. So as the interest rates grow, we know that people invest more to get a higher return on their investment. So people will buy more bonds. So bonds, demand for bonds go up. Okay, however, as the interest rates shrink, the demand for bonds go down. So your interest rates are directly proportional to bonds and investments. In this case, when it comes to supply, your LM. Okay, so as interest rates grow, so do investments in bonds. As interest rates shrink, so do investments in bonds. Okay, so on the left-hand side, which is this side over here, okay, there is an axis demand for bonds. Okay, because interest is growing over here. The demand for bonds is high. Okay, on the right-hand side, the demand for bonds is low, but the demand for money is high. Okay, as a result of which, okay, this is an area on the graph where, okay, the demand for money in the market is higher than the demand for bonds. All right, so that would be it when it comes to this video on IS and LM curves. On behalf of V-Electronics, this is Ubaid. Have yourself a great day.